than cereal crops do. Okay, let us do this thing. Not there. Okay, let us do JHJK. This thing. GPS. Don't want GPS. We will make it. Whoa, lots of greens. No. Absolutely not. Olive 1. Green 3. Class Monster Metallic. Nah. You're not Bergman. No, no, no. There's not really a Land Rover green, is there? It's a little bit shiny. Oh no, not that. I may go for a more tan. Ooh, no. Well, it's kind of a Land Rover-y colour. And then the design colour is the tarpaulin on the back. Design colour costs a lot of money. Wow. No, not chrome tint on the back, no. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, and it didn't cost us any extra, so let's buy that. Back. And I'm now going to get out. Now, does this actually work with our driving mod? And the answer is yes. Can I lose that? Yes. I have a pickup. Awesome. P garage. Sorry, just there. Pickup cell. Okay, so we lost a little bit of money on that deal, but we now have a Land Rover. Yay us. How'd that work out? 36,000. So we lost 12,000 effectively. But I'm okay with that. We have a Land Rover. I'm happy. That's the truck. And that works with our enhanced vehicle enhanced driving or whatever it is. And it's what we used to have. But as I said, I went searching on various mod sites for that. And first one I went to, my firewall just complained, this is an insecure site, don't download stuff from here. I will get very upset and keep popping up messages on your screen if you do this. So, okay, fine, let's find another one. It's kind of sad the number of mod sites that were highly respected that have disappeared over the past year. It's nice to have. If a modder is not prepared to release his mods on the Giants mod hub, at least somewhere that you can go that is at least somewhat reputable that you can go and get their mods and download from. It's kind of, I'm sad that the farming agency dismantled their website, because that, you know, it had news, you know, what we're doing, where the stuff is, but obviously, you know, having your own repository can cost you money, and you know, if you're doing it as a hobby, not as a profession, then, you know, you really don't want to be shelling out your hard-earned cash for something that's not really benefiting you any. At least if you could get the costs covered, that would be one thing. But yeah, but you can still get the farming agency stuff. You have to join their Discord and follow stuff there. And it's not as friendly an interface as having your own website is. But also, you know, having your own website takes up, you know, there's upkeep to do. And so if you're going to have message forums and stuff like that, you need an IT guy. Discord, that's all taken care of. Or, yeah, having a Facebook page or something like that, that's all taken care of. But I found, you know, even with Facebook, Facebook's not an ideal distribution platform, just because you know, you can't index stuff. You know, the posts come up as a timeline. So if someone says, "Hey, I've got a new map," and posts something on Facebook, 6 months later, that post is hundreds of posts down the thread, and it's a real pain to go and find it. So with Discord, at least there are, you know, you can pin stuff and what have you, or create a new room if you like to discuss a map. Yeah, it is what it is. So unless I, you know, if I can index something or search something, it's a lot easier to find than, you know, I put a post on Facebook telling you where it is. Oh, when did you do that? September last year. Yeah, okay. Much as I'd like to go and find your mod and the post about your mod, it's sort of, I'm not inclined to page through hundreds of posts on a Facebook page to find it. So, bottom line, don't lose your mods, and don't download too many. Unless you have a mod manager. Mod managers are a good idea. There is one, but I would have to look it up on YouTube and remember what it was called. A really smart idea where you start the mod manager, select the mod repository you want to use to play with, and then click on Play Farm Sim, and it starts up Farm Sim for you. But rather than defaulting to Farm Sim mod folder, it defaults to the folder that you selected in Mod Manager. And then you can basically set up we good? Let's go. You know, a list of mods you always play with. So when you set up a new mod repository, you can say, yeah, use my default list. and it will copy all of those mods into that folder. And then you can select additional mods to load into the folder. But then when you start up a new game, you just click select all, and it selects all the mods that are in that folder for your next play. So very, very good managing tool. I mean, the downside is you need a big hard drive because you're going to have potentially multiple copies of all your mods. One per repository. Okay, what am I doing? Start that. Drive. Well, that's more than I was expecting, I think. Because that's now almost full. And pretty sure our next trip up this field, or up and down this field, to fill this harvester is going to fill that truck. And then we're going to have a little bit more. So 86, what is it? It's 48, 96, 100, 144. You're going to end up with about 150,000 litres of sunflowers, I'm guessing. I'm happy with that. Especially considering the price they go up to at their best sell point. Oops, missed a little. How much do we have? Sunflowers, tab over. Yeah, 96 so far, so another full load from the truck's 144. Oh, this is going good. So that row on the right looks pretty much header width worth of sunflowers. And I think 2 trips over that side is going to isolate that section at the top there. Just went up, went down. We're not quite half filled. Probably be the next pass up the field where we fill. Now we can unload the truck and have another one back to the farm. I could have the Land Rover delivered to the farm, but I don't know. We could finish off this section and then use the bit over there to return to the bottom of the field. It's probably the more efficient way of doing things. I don't really want to have this patch sitting up here that I have to come all the way back up here. Kind of hoping I can do this in a couple of even passes and end up at the top end of this field. The north end. Oh, that's way too tight a turn. this. I should have to unload part way back, I'm thinking. So it's 73. This is a good yielding area. That bit's done. Probably shouldn't do 20 mile an hour turns in this thing. Okay. You'll probably end up breaking stuff if you try that. Alright, go. So I did discover this week that drapers are not the only things. I'm trying to find out what is now. But you can get effectively forage harvester headers. Kind of something like this that collects regular crops. So you chop your cereal crop, wheat, barley, whatever, and leave it in a swath behind the harvester. And then you fit a collecting header to your harvester to actually pick up the swath. Which I didn't realise that was a thing. Although I think preference-wise I would, having a header that chops and collects may be the thing to do. But it depends what what piece of equipment you use to chop and create the swath behind what's doing the chopping. Because if that's something that's cheap that goes behind a tractor, then maybe chopping and then collecting is a good thing. Okay, we are full. This is a couple of thousand litres are full as well. That will take us back to the yard. So, bam, done, and off we go. So good, that's 144,000 litres of sunflowers collected and still more to go. So next week's stream we'll be looking at finishing off the sunflower harvest, and we're going to be done way before 4 o'clock. Once we're done with that, I will I'll probably look at clearing off the remaining sugar beets and ending the day, and then the tomorrow day will be probably clover harvest, I would think, if I can do it. If the ground's too wet or whatever, we may do I may do a fertilizing contract. We could probably do a fertilizing contract with a big solid fertilizer spreader rather than the liquid thing. The problem is my fertilisation tractor's currently hooked up to the topper, and I mean it's no big deal to detach it, but yeah, it is what it is. Take this back to the field. I think I'll take the JCB back to the sugar beet field, and we can call it a day. Next week is what, 24th of July. I believe the plan is potentially the young kids will be in the house, so there will be noise and stuff going on in the background, but we'll do what we can that week. Stop that there. And back to this one. Take this back down to the field with the sugar beets. So it takes 4 loads of the sugar beet harvester to fill this trailer. I just don't know how many loads we've got left to do, but it puts all of our equipment where I need it. Oh, car. Let's go sit in the cab. Racing tractor. Whoa there. So yeah, same time next week, I think. As I said, we'll finish the harvest, we'll do some clover, we'll do some other stuff, and we'll drive all over this field with little seed radish, because why not? That will be our harvests. Well, apart from the potatoes. We're still waiting for the potatoes to ripen. I don't think that happens early fall. We can check that. Yeah, that's probably 2 or 3 trailer loads for this one, still to pick up from here. Okay, engine off. So what am I looking for? I said something. Oh, potato harvest. No, we're in potato harvest season, so whenever they mature, we'll be ready for those. That's all done. And I'll need to take this back to the farm, so I'm going to drive it. So I think this is a typical Land Rover colour, the sort of the sandy thing, although you usually see it in Land Rovers that were abandoned in North Africa after the Second World War by the British Army. Wow, this thing's fast. Oops. I'm kind of used to the one we've been using for most of this particular version of the map, which was only capable of about 54 miles an hour. Did I just pass my exit? No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. No. This is mine. No turn signal. Oh, brakes are good. No turn signal repeater on the dash. Well, we do have turn signals from the outside, so that's fine. Let's reverse it in there. Oh, there's a seat in the way. So it's not a big bed to store stuff in, but you'll get a pallet in there without too much trouble. Pretty much like the other one. This is just a larger cab model. So let's do that off. That's lights level 1. That's lights level 1. Lights level 2. 3 levels of lights and hazards from the back. Ooh. Blinkers work. Brakes work. Reverse works. And the rear lights work. So, yeah, it's good. Turn the engine off, jump out, and we get out on the wrong side. Yeah. I guess it is what it is. Here, dog, have that. So, everything's empty. We are good. I'm going to stand over here like I usually do. As far as our fields are concerned, yield. Oh, field 2 is completely done. So it's reckoning we've made 97,000 when taking into account the soil, the lime, the seeds and stuff, which isn't bad. And then field 1. We're currently up to 64,000, but we still got however much of the field left to do. So, not a bad result. But for now, I'm going to go and have some lunch. Everybody have a good weekend. We'll be back next week. But for right now, this is me signing off from Oakfield Farm. I'm out of here.